So, should we start?
Yes, Janice, whenever you are
Okay.
ready.
Yes. Benjamin Monday and good evening, everyone. Welcome to our Mahaniddesa study under the WikiPali project. Welcome to the lesson on the week 23rd. And the Venerable Sumita will continue on the Arahat discussions. Today's section is scheduled to last about 1 hour. May we invite Bande to start the class, please? Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Honor to him, the blessed one, the worthy one, the fully enlightened one. My utmost respect to the perfectly enlightened Samma Sambuddha, the noble doctrine of the Buddha, and the noble Mahasangha, the disciples of the Buddha. Greetings to everyone. Welcome to WikiPali Translation Project, under which we have been translating Mahaniddesa Pali so far. This is the 23rd week, and we are going to work on today's, again, continue to work on Arahanta word. Over here, I would like to say that we have had a good progress so far, and I really think that we have been doing great progress, and hopefully we can work more on this Arahanta. And it's really interesting that we have been translating the Arahanta ideal so far here. Purabeta Sutta Niddesa part and Paramattaka Sutta Niddesa part, and then Paramattaka Sutta Niddesa second paragraph, Dutthataka Sutta Niddesa paragraph, Paramattaka Sutta Niddesa third paragraph, and the fourth paragraph, and the fifth paragraph. We have been, I'm going to do this one today actually. And so far it has been a good journey. And in fact, I noticed that in Mahaniddesa Pali, there is a saying that I think I found it here. It says, Taditi araha panchahakarehi tadi. So here that means araha is tadi or equanimous in 5 ways. It's actually available in our Mahaniddesa Pali too. So this is these 5 akaras or 5 ways are Ittanithetadi, Chattavititadi, Tinnavititadi, Muttavititadi, and Tannidesa Satadi. So these are the tadis that we have been translating, and today we are translating the 5th one. So this I wanted to let you know that we have been doing a good progress so far. And so this is Paramattaka Sutta. This is the last one that we are going to work on. I mean the 5 ways. Okay. Over here, Kathang Araha Tan Niddesa Viti, Tan Niddesa Tadi. And here we can see Kathang means how, and Araha, the liberated one, Mahaniddesa, specification of that, and Thadi, equanimous. And how the Arahanta is called Thadi, and here it is specifically mentioned certain reasons. And these are the reasons. Araha Sile Sati Silavati Tannidesa Thadi. And then Saddhaya Sati Saddhoti Tannidesa Thadi. Virye Sati Viryavati Tannidese Thadi. Satya Sati Satimati Tannidese Thadi. And Samadhim Hi Sati Samahitoti Tannidese Thadi. Punyaya Sati Panyaya Sati Panyavati Tannidese Thadi. So this, and then one more, few more. Vijjaya Sati Tevijjoti Tannidde Sadi Tadi. Abhinyaya Sati Chalabhinyoti Tanniddesa Tadi. Evang Araha Tanniddesa Taditi Parangato Na Pacheti Tadi. So can you see the qualities of an arahant? He is called Tadi, Tanniddesa Tadi, because he has sila, the virtue, and also saddha, the faith or the confidence, and then virya, the effort, and then sati, the mindfulness, and then samadhi, the concentration, and panya, the wisdom, and vidya, the te vidya, in fact, the threefold higher superhuman knowledges, and then abhinya, that is the sixfold psychic powers, and then this is why he is called Thadi. And it is said at the end, Parangato na Pachedi Thadi. So he has already gone beyond, he has crossed over the Sansaric ocean, and there will be no U-turn for him, no coming back. And na Pacheti means no coming back, and therefore he is called Araha. So I think this interpretation of the Arahanta term also will be very, very useful to all of us. And this, let's go into more details now. Go word by word. Kathang means how. Kathang means how. And then, and yeah, that's an adverb. So araha, we already know that word. Araha, liberated one, and this is means singular or nominative. Arahantu is the grammar, and it's a masculine singular nominative case noun. You can apply here. Okay, before this I did the translation, so it's easier for us. And Tannidesa Thadi is the word that we need to be a little bit more specified here. Tang means that. Niddesa is specification. Like Niddesa also is the title of the book, but in this case here it gives like different specification, analytic description, analytic explanation, pointing out, designation. So why is it called Araha? That is the meaning here. It's not the title of like analytic explanation is what we call in the Mahaniddesa, that means analytic explanation. But here in this case, it is the pointing out, or it is the description, or it is the designation, or something like that. Why is he called Arha? And that is why this word is given here, Tang Niddesa. Okay. And Thadi, as we know already, Thadi is equanimous. You are not moved. The Arahanta has the capacity to stay unmoved no matter what happens. Like we learned already, when he is up and down, all the ups and downs in their life, they can easily cope up. When somebody is appreciating you, they will not bother. When somebody blames you, you will not bother. And whenever, whatever the others do, even like anointing, or with the with all kinds of torturing, they will not bother. Good or bad, ups and downs, happy and sad, suffering and comfort, they are not going to be bothered about that. So that is there. And also they have also crossed over to the next ocean. Last time we were discussing about the four floods: Kama Oga, Bhava Oga, Ditthi Oga, and Avidya Oga. They have already crossed over those powerful currents, powerful floods, and therefore they are called Thadi. So Thadi is a very, very specific word, equanimous, not being moved by whatever happens around. That is the nature of the Arahanta. So Tang Niddesa Tadi is the quality here that we are going to talk about in this paragraph. And Araha, as we already learned, Araha Araha liberated one, singular, and noun masculine, singular, nominative. Arahantu is the word here, I mean the parent, and yeah, that is liberated one. And Araha Sile Sati Silavati. So Sile, this is the Sattami Vibhatti Ekavachana. Sila A. Sila is virtue, or you can see nature, habit, moral practice, code of morality, character. So I just use virtue here. A here means indicates locative case, and so in the virtue, um, Sila, it's neutral gender and singular and locative. Sila is the parent, and that's it. So Sile in the virtue. Sile Sati Silavati. He is very okay. This one is important. So this sati is not the mindfulness sati that we. This sati means exist. Okay, don't confuse with that. This sati means exist. So sila, Arahanta has the sila, therefore he is called silava, exist. It's not mindfulness, it's not memory, it's not recollection, it's not active state of mind or something, attention, attentiveness, thought. This means exist. So sile sati silava, therefore he is called. So I'm not going to apply that actually, otherwise it can be confusing. So the Arahanta has sila. He has sila, that is the meaning here. Therefore he is called silava. This is actually the slur over here, silava. Silava. So I think I had to, yeah, one who is endowed with, yeah, one who is endowed with morality, that is silava, iti, thus. Therefore he is called Sila. The parent is Sila Vanta. It's actually Sila Vantu. So Araha, his first qualification, if you see here, or in this paragraph, it is the Sila. That is the first qualification, not the other things. And therefore he is called Tang Niddesa Tadi. His specification. His specification is Sila here. And the second one is Saddhaya Sati Saddhoti Tannidesa Tadi. So Saddhaya. So here Saddhaya, and So this means we can use faith. It can be devotion. It can be, the faith in the Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha, faith in the confidence or devotion. This plays also a very, very important part in our spiritual journey. If you don't have saddha, if you don't have sila, it's very difficult to work with a peace of mind. Mostly the people who are very highly intellectual, they don't have sila and saddha. Then they always confused, like they always try to argue, and they try to analyze and all those things. But people with sila and saddha, way easier. They don't worry about too much. They just keep on practicing, so it's easier for them, in fact. This one, Saddhaya Sati Saddhoti. So like this also we can use it as an um, as locative, like the one before. This also is locative. So when you have saddha, faith, confidence, that is called also saddha. That is also called um, Tannidesa Tadi. So sati again here it talks about existing. Um, yeah. And Saddhoti is a slur. Saddho, Saddha, oh faithful, faithful, believing, devoted, arms offered to Petas and Manas. So actually this, any of these will be okay. Saddha. Okay, and then iti means thus. That's done. I think you can apply here. Iti. And then tannidesa thadi. With that specification, he is called thadi. Tannidesa thadi. Okay. And thadi again, equanimous, and the same thing. And then so we know already two, araha sile sati silavatita tannidesatadi, saddhaya sati saddhoti tannidesatadi, and virye sati viryavati tannidesatadi. Other one, if you want to be an arahant, is the virya. You have to really hard work. It's not a cakewalk. It's a lot of effort you need to make. Virya is a paramita. And also here it is virya. And I notice virya and virya, they have the same thing in fact. So we can add the virya. So mostly it is virya. And very rarely we also can find virya. So virya also can be evolved from vira. So virya and virya, I use effort for this, and this is also again locative, and virya means effort. Virya sati. Sati again is exist. When you have virya, you can be called viryava. So that's a slur. I'll go to this. Viryava means one who makes effort. I think we can add here. And here means singular. So viryava, one who makes effort, and that is singular. the person who makes effort. Viryavantu is the parent, and noun masculine singular nominative. Okay. So virye sati viryavati tannidesa Pali. So tannidesa, in that, with that specification, we call him tannidesa. Tannidesa tadi equanimous. Tadi equanimous. And so first one is sila, second one is saddha, the third one is virya, and next one is sati. Satya sati sati mati. So here one sati is mindfulness, the other sati means existence. I think I had to change it. This sati means mindfulness. Okay, this is Julie locative. Sati. Okay, this also is locative. So satya sati, this one I had to change. This is not, this is exist again, like before. Yeah, that is exist. So when you have sati, sati exists, and therefore he is called satimati, satimati, satima, like gunava. So that means satima means one who has active mind, or one who has mindfulness, something like that we can use here. And again here, masculine singular nominative satimantu. Okay, satimati tan niddesa. So satya sati satimati tan niddesa tadi. Tan niddesa tadi. Tadi also means equanimous. Okay. And the next one is samadhimhi. Samadhi is concentration and meditation, one-pointedness, and all these things. So samadhimhi is sattame bhatti again, and locative sense, samadhi, and therefore he is called samadhimhi sati. Well, here again it is exist, not sati. So samadhimhi sati, because I applied, I think, by mistake. Okay, so samadhi exists, therefore he is called samahita. Samahita is settled, or composed, or collected of mind, or steadfast, fixed, tranquil, so established in. So when your concentration is established, you are called samahita. Okay, samahita. Right. Samadhimmi sati samahitoti tang niddesa tadi. So when you have samadhi, you are called tan niddesa sati. Tang niddesa, that. Okay, same thing. And tadi, yes, it's the same thing. And then panyaya sati panyavati tan niddesa tadi. So panya also is there, wisdom. When you have the wisdom, also you are called Tadi. Panyaya Sati, again here it is exist. This is not a verb. This is not a noun. Should actually Sati. Yeah. Okay. So Panya exists. Therefore he is called Panyava. One who has wisdom. One who has wisdom. Panyavanta. One who has wisdom. Panyava. It's not Panyavanta, it's just the Panyava. Yeah, Panyava. Panyava, Panyava. Panyavantu, yes, it is the, of course, the root. But Panyava, Panyava. Tannidesa Tadi, with that qualification, with that description, he is called Tadi. With that specification, he is called Tannidesa Tadi. Tadi again means equanimous. Okay, next one is Vijja. Vijja is knowledge. Vijjaya Sati. So this is again Vijja, locative. It's an Akaranta, Ithilinga sound, Vijja. So that is knowledge. And we can also see, if we go to Vijja, over here, Vijja. Over here, Vijja is explained in as wisdom, possessed of wisdom, and Tirachana. So different kind of wisdoms are there. Vattu Vijja, Tirachana Vijja, Nakkhata Vijja. They are referring to lower art, condemned here as heretics, like different kinds of Tirachana Vidya, they are called, like very mean kind of. Nakkhata is like astrology and all that stuff. So they are not considered wholesome Vidyas. Possessed of threefold wisdoms are there, and those are the threefold wisdoms. Let's see if we can find threefold wisdoms too. And Vidya Charana Sampanna, the Buddha also has that virtue called Vidya Charana Sampanna. So Vidya Charana, Vidya Thana, Vidya Dhara. And another explanation, Pali Myanmar Dictionary. Vidya, higher knowledge, gnosis, for the threefold, Abhinya and Tevidya. Okay. And Vidya, higher knowledge. Science is also called Vidya. Okay. So that's about Vidya. Vidya, higher knowledge. Okay. And then we go to Sati. Again, it should be exist. It's again a verb. Okay, Sati means exists. Vidya exists. So Vidya here means te, three kinds of Vidyas. Therefore, he is called Te Vidya. Iti Tannidesa Tadi. And okay, let's see if we can find the word here for Te Vidya. Possessor of three Vidyas, three superhuman powers, knowledges. Um, so one is knower of the threefold law because he has knowledge of his former existences, like Pubbe Jati, Pubbe Nivasanusati, possessor of divine eye, Dibba Chakko, and has knowledge of the destruction of the asavas, asavakkaya. So these are called Te The Buddha visits Vachagotha at the Paribhajakarama in Vesali and tells him that he is called Te And so the Buddha has these three Vijjas. Buddha is also called Te and the Arahanta can also be called Te He also has these three asavas. Okay, one is about the former existences, two, the divine eye, and has the knowledge of the destruction of asavas. When you become arahanta, for example, you already know asavakkaya jnana. This is asavakkaya jnana. That's also a part of tevijja. You have that knowledge as well, and that is about tevijja and tanniddeso tadi, and it's the same thing. And then Mahaniddesa, it's the same thing. Tadi, Quenimus. Okay, so I think it is that. And next one is Abhinyaya. So this Vidya is threefold, Abhinya is sixfold. Abhinya Yasati. Abhinya is psychic powers. Again, some other psychic powers. Psychic powers. Okay, Abhinya. And I can apply to three. And I want to see that word Abhinya here. And over here you can see Abhinya. And knowing, possessed of knowledge, especially higher or supernormal knowledge, Abhinya, intelligence. Thus, in Chalabhinya, one who possesses of 6 Abhinyas, and so there are 6 Abhinyas. If we don't have it here, maybe later on somehow we should be able to find it. It comes from janati. Janati is to know. Abhijanati means to deeply, profoundly know something. That is called abhinya. So that is a very profound knowledge. Okay. So 6 higher powers consists of 5 mundane, lokiya powers attainable through the utmost perfection in mental concentration, samadhi, and 1 supramundane, lokuttara samadhi. So lokiya samadhi and lokuttara samadhi. So 2 kinds of samadhi. Power attainable through penetration, insight, vipassana. Extinction of all cankers, asavakkaya jnana, and asavakkaya abhinya here. And in other words, realization of arahanta or sip or holiness. So when you become arahant, you know already you are an arahant. And so these are the magical powers. 1 magical power, iddhi vidha. Iddhi vidha means you can do some magical things, like walking through the walls, or walking on the water, or immersing on the earth, just like we do it, dive in the water. So they can do many things. Dibba Sota is divine ear, so you can hear things that are far away from you. Penetration of the minds of others, cheto pariyajnana, you can read others' minds. And remembrance of former existence, Pubbe Nivasanusati, so you can remember one by one so many birds backward. Divine eye, Dibba Chakku, that's another one. Like you can see things which can be accessed to the normal human eye. Extinction of all cankers, and that is the Asavakkhaya Jnana. The stereotypic text met with all the suttas collection. So different suttas, Majjhima Nikaya, Digha Nikaya, Anguttara Nikaya, and all these things give more details about that. I would like to quote this sutta part. Quotation. Now, O bhikkhus, the monk who enjoys various magical powers, that is Iddhivida, such as being one becomes manifold, and having become manifold, he again becomes one. He appears and disappears without being obstructed. He passes through walls and mountains just as if through the air. In the earth, he dives, rises up again just as if in the water. He walks on the water without sinking, just as on earth. Cross-legged, he floats through the air just like a winged bird. With his hand, he touches the sun and moon. These so mighty ones, so powerful ones, even up to the Brahma realm, he has mastery over his body. You can now see why it is called Dibba, like powerful Iddhivida. So Dibba Sota, he hears sounds both heavenly and human, far and near. He knows the minds of others, other beings. Parasa Cheto Pariyajnana, Parachitta Vijanana Jnana also it is called, of other persons, by penetrating them with his own mind. He knows the greedy mind as greedy, not greedy mind as not greedy. Knows the hating mind as hating. So like this is Lobha Dosa Moha, deluded. And knows the shrunken mind, distracted mind, developed mind and undeveloped mind, surpassable mind, unsurpassable, concentrated, unconcentrated, freed and unfreed. He can see others' minds in whatever position they are in. Remembers manifold former existence, Pubbe Nivasanusati, such as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 100,000 births. Remember many formations and dissolutions of worlds. So he can go back to so many births in his previous life. There I was such name as I had. So he or she can even recognize, recollect. He saw her name and vanishing form when did he or she died, entered into existence somewhere else, and vanishing from there again, I reappeared here. Thus, he or she remembers always together with the marks of peculiarities many a former existence. This is Pubbeni Vasanusati. And Dibba Chakku, divine eye, Yatha Kammupagajnana also is called, Chutupapata Jnana also is another word. The pure one, he sees beings vanished and reappearing. So like birth and death of other people, low and noble ones. Some people are born in high class society, some are lower class, so all these things he can see. Beautiful and ugly, sees how beings are reappearing according to their deeds, according to their karma. These beings indeed followed evil ways in bodily actions, words, and thoughts, insulted the noble ones, and held evil views. According to their evil views, they acted. At the dissolution of their body, after death, they have appeared in lower worlds, in painful states of existence, in the world, suffering, hell. Those other beings, however, are endowed with good action, have appeared in happy state of existence in a heavenly world. So the other one, through the extinction of all cankers, asavakkaya. Even in this very life, he enters into the possession of deliverance of mind, deliverance through wisdom after having himself understood and realized it. So these are the powerful cha abhinya, psychic powers, abhinya. Okay. And chalabhinya. So cha abhinya. Cha means 6. Abhinya is cha 6. And abhinya. Abhinya iti. Oh, abhinya. Oh, abhinya. Okay. Psychic power, knowing, possessed of knowledge, conversion with, that's part of abhinya. And abhinya iti means thus. And therefore he is called Mahaniddesa Tadi specification. That is another specification of an Arahanta. Now we know how important that word becomes. Tadi, equanimous. Evang araha Mahaniddesa Taditi parangato na pacheti tadi. Evang, thus, and it's an adverb. And araha, the liberated one, araha, arahantu, and can apply actually. And Mahaniddesa Tadi. Again, Mahaniddesa specification of that. Therefore, he is called Mahaniddesa Tadi. Tadi of equanimous. Okay. Yeah, Tadi. Tadi iti. Thus. And now parangato. Para means the next show. Gata means gone. So parangata o, gone to the next show, or gone beyond. Parangata. Na means no, negative. And pacheti, pati pacheti. You can see here pacheti, pati pati means come back, return. Okay, that's why it's called pati or pacheti. So pacheti, this is come to, comes back, return. We can comes to come back soon, to return. Let's use to return then. To return. Pacheti. Tadi. Again, equanimous. So this is how we translate Evang araha Mahaniddesa taditi parangato na pacheti tadi. Okay, so that's about that paragraph. Yeah, I think then we have this is the one we just completed. So far we have completed this and this and this and this and this and this and this. So that's a good work so far, I think. And over here you can see Jarasutta Nidesa Athava Ariyena Attangikena Maggena. So the same thing we can see. Sabbe Kilesa, Sabbe Ducharita, Sabbe Daratha, Sabbe Parilaha, Sabbe Santapa, Sabba Kusalabi, Sabba Kusalabi Sankara, Dhutacha, Dhotacha, Sandhotacha, Nidhotacha, Araha, Imehi, Dhonehi, Dhammehi, Upeto, Samupeto, Upagato, Samupagato, Upapanno, Samupapanno, Samannagato, Tasma, Araha, Dhono. So, Dhutarago, Dhutapago, Dhutapapo, Dhutakileso, Dhutaparilaho, Tidono. Now, there's another term for araha that is called dhona. Let me see if I feel like yeah, over here, same thing. Over here we have the same thing, exactly the same thing. So this is Tuttataka Sutta Nidesa, third, and Jara Sutta Nidesa, sixth chapter. Sixth chapter also has the same explanation. So I think if we, for example, if we go here, I hope I don't have to translate that anymore. Should be the same. Hope so. Yeah, I think we have it already here. We don't have to translate it anymore. Atava ariyena attangikena maggena sabbe kilesa, sabbe ducharita, sabbe darata, sabbe parilaha, sabbe santapa, sabba kusala bisankara, dhutacha, dhotacha, sandhotacha, nidhotacha, all translated here already. So I don't have to do anything there. Araha imehi dhonehi dhammehi upeto samupeto upagato samupagato upapanno samupapanno samannagato tasma araha dhono. Therefore, he is called dhona. That's another word for arahanta, dhona. Very interesting word. I don't remember I have found such a word before. So interesting. And maybe we can, next time we will discuss about this Pura Bheda Sutta Nidesa. So Chakku Rupa Ramanang, Rupa Ramang, Rupa Ratang, Rupa Samuditang, Tang Arahato Dantang, Guttang Rakhitang, Sangutang, Tassacha Sangvaraya, Dhamman Deseti. So when he has the Rupa, and the arahanta person already is observing that, he protects that, he restrains, he has the discipline about the chakku or the eye and the rupa, the form, and that discipline, and with that discipline he can give dhamma. And the same thing with the sota, the ear, jivha, the tongue, and then yeah, all the chakku sota ghana, jivha, and the kaya, the body, and then the mana, the dhamma. The same discipline he has. Therefore, arahato danto gutto rakhito sanguto tassacha sangvaraya dhamman deseti. He has already uh, observed, he has already disciplined himself, restrained himself from all these six faculties, and then it's easier for him to teach the Dhamma for the benefit of the others. I think I'm going to discuss this one next week, and hopefully we will call it a day today. I think that will be it for today. And over to you, Janice. If you have any questions, yes.
Yeah, I forgot to unmute. Bande, thank you very much for your teaching today. May Bande lead us in making aspiration and sharing the merits, please.
Thank you everyone for joining us today as well. And may this wonderful journey together, this spiritual journey, this practice, this learning, the Dhamma, translating itself gives so much to us. We can deep ourselves, focus more on the Dhamma, learn more of the Dhamma, this every word, how it is formed, and what is the interpretation of those particular terms, and they are all part of our Dhamma learning. And this is much more meritorious, and we become so happy. The more we know the Dhamma, the more happy we become, and our spiritual journey becomes much more easier. May you all be well, happy, healthy, and safe wherever you are. May the Noble Triple Gem bless you, help you, protect you, and guide you towards the right path. May all of you be able to achieve, listen to the Dhamma, and also associate with wonderful Kalyana Mitra friends. And may all of you and all Devas, all other sentient beings be able to achieve the supreme bliss of Nibbana, the absolute peace and happiness at the end of our samsara. With that good intention, let us say Sadhu, Sadhu, Sadhu. Sabbitiyo vivajjantu sabbarogo vinassato mate bhavattu antarayo sukhe dighayo bhava bhavatu sabba mangalang rakhantu sabba devata sabba buddhanubhavena sada soddhi bhavantu te bhavatu sabba mangalang rakhantu sabba devata sabba dhammanubhavena sada soddhi bhavantu te bhavatu sabba mangalang rakhantu sabba devata sabba sanghanubhavena sada soddhi bhavantu te. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you, Bande, for your blessing, and everyone for your time and participation. Till we meet next week, may all be well and happy. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Thank you, Bante.
Thank you, Mande.